Hi everyone. Today we're going to be starting part 1 of our recycling photo weave project. You're going to need 3 items today: Sharpie marker, a ruler, and your magazine photograph. Now mine happens to be two-sided, so I first have to decide which side do I like better that I want my project to be. So I actually like this side with the rocks, so this is going to become the inside of my project. I'm not going to see it. So first thing I need to do is rotate the picture with the nice side face up, and I'm going to fold it in half. This then becomes what we call in origami the book fold, right? Notice I'm always folding on a hard surface. I line up the edges, and then I'm going to press down. Here I go. I press from the middle to the top and middle to the bottom. I want to give it a really good crease with the back of my fingernail. Once I do that, now I want to create a border for my project for the weaving, so I could look at both sides, see which side I can see better, and this is really it here. So now I'm going to take the edge of my ruler and line it up with the edge of the paper. Now, which side should I line it up with? I want it on the open side. So notice, here's my nice side on the inside. This is a rectangle, 4 sides. Here's the fold. Open side, open side, open side. So on the largest open side, that's where we're going to line up the edge of my ruler with the edge of the paper. And I'm going to look for the 1/2 inch mark. Where's the 1/2 inch mark? It's halfway between the 1 and the edge of the ruler. So somewhere near the top, I'm going to put a mark with my black Sharpie, and then I'm going to slide the ruler down and do the same thing at the bottom. Edge of the ruler, edge of the paper, look for the 1, go halfway back, and there's my 2 marks. Once I have those 2 marks, then I line up my ruler with the top and the bottom mark that I just made. I have my thumb and finger do a split to put a lot of pressure on there so the paper doesn't move, and nor does the ruler. And then I always draw from top to bottom. So now I have a nice dark line on the open side of my rectangle. That's a 1/2 inch. How do I know it's the 1/2 inch? That big halfway mark between the edge of the ruler and the number 1. That's my halfway. Step 3 is to rotate the paper now so that the fold is on the bottom, open side is on the top. Now I'm going to line up the edge of the ruler again with the edge of the paper, and right underneath that horizontal line that I just made, I'm going to put 1/2 inch marks going along the top. So if you don't line up the ruler with the edge of the paper, your marks are going to be off. So make sure you do that first. Now I'm going to put a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, 5, 5 1/2, 6, 6 1/2, 7, 7 1/2. My paper is 8 inches long, so I do not need to put that last mark by the 8 inches. Now I move my ruler down to near the bottom, edge of the ruler, edge of the paper, and I do every 1/2 inch again. 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, 5, 5 1/2, 6, 6 1/2, 7, 7 1/2. Again, notice the 8 lands right at the edge of the paper. Now I have 1/2 inch marks at the top. I have 1/2 inch marks at the bottom. Now I'm going to line up all my marks to make straight lines. So I need to line up my ruler with that top mark, my ruler with that bottom mark, make a straight line. Notice I'm not going on top of the border. The border is like my stop sign. I'm telling myself, don't draw a line past that. Now, if I lined up my 1/2 inch marks correctly, all my lines should be really straight. And if I have my thumb and finger do a split so the ruler doesn't move while I'm drawing, now I'm putting my body weight on there, I'm good to go. So nice straight lines. And I'm going to keep going with that until I get to the edge of the paper. Takes a little bit practice, but you get the hang of it. Now I'm a righty, so my ruler will always be on my left. If you're a lefty, then you're actually making your ruler lines the opposite way. My ruler would be on my right. I'm using the left hand and drawing the lines. So it's just the opposite. Righty, ruler on the left, lefty, ruler on the right. Now as I get to the very end, it's a little tricky with that magazine. I'm almost done. Last one to go. And now I'm good. So when I'm done, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 spaces. The last step is I write my name and period right at the top in Sharpie in that border. Remember, nothing goes past that border there. Now, if I mess up really bad, I'm like, oh no, my lines are all crooked, I didn't measure right. That's okay. You don't throw away the paper. You just flip it over to the other bad side and you start again, right? 1/2 inch at the top, 1/2 inch at the bottom, connect the line, and then I do my 1/2 inch at the top, 1/2 inch in the bottom, connect the lines. Okay, so you could always redo it on the other side and just put an X through the bad side. It's not really going to matter at this point. The biggest mistake that students make is they don't make that 1/2 inch border on the open side of your paper. That's real important. And when they rotate it, again, that border should be at the top on the open side. The other mistake they make is not lining up the edge of the ruler with the edge of the paper. So good luck. That's part 1 of your recycle photo weave.